That is so... I love that class and grass.
Class and grass. Yeah, but then grass is like...
Oh, Welcome to the second season of Pampas and Pencils. We are returning back to Studio Haven.
Yes, and it's been more pompified.
Thanks, Kristen, for letting us use her studio. This is such a beautiful studio, and sharing her beautiful space with us. We have an exciting second season for you guys.
Sorry. We're actually going to be changing a little bit of our system and how we're doing the podcast this time. It's going to be a lot more authentic and a lot more live.
Yeah.
We're going to do less cuts. So you're going to be able to just see who we are without all the cuts. And you're going to be able to hear all the ums and the uhs and the
laughs.
And the laughs. So today's episode is going to be a big catch up of both Orlandice and I's life and how we have... basically our summer and like all the things that we've done both in business and our personal life, and we're so excited to share it and have you guys listen in on all the things that have changed, and we have a bunch of different speakers lined up for this season too, and we're so excited to bring on the different people that we've met. So
definitely click subscribe.
Hang out with us, grab a coffee.
Yeah, and hang out. Well, let's get started.
Yeah. My name is Galee. I am the owner of Pampas Gal. All the Pampas that you see are mine, except for those ones, but yeah.
My name is Orlandice Balanag. I am owner of Interiors on Point and co-owner of Top Contracting. And we are back. So how was everybody's summer? I know COVID mandates were lifted, so the summer was definitely very eventful for everybody, and it just felt nice to be normal.
Yeah. Everything, it was kind of busy. Like on my end of things, like I just saw there was at least like 29 different markets that was happening throughout the year.
I never saw her.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't even know how I'm going to survive summer, because I had, there was so many weddings popping up too, and a bunch of markets that were just popping up to kind of bring people back together. So to say the least, the summer was very eventful.
Yeah, it was a really great summer. One thing you guys don't know is me and Galee only saw each other a few times in the summer. So this
once
is
by accident.
A boat party.
Yeah, we went to a boat party, and I did not expect to see you there,
but this is our first time catching up.
Yeah. So a lot of the things that you guys are gonna hear today, it's gonna be our first time hearing from each other. So I'm excited to hear about what's happening in your life.
Well, so how was summer? What is new announcements? Like, let's catch up. Career, business, personal. Let me know.
So I guess maybe I'll start from the beginning of the summer, and then I'll kind of work my way towards the end of the summer. The beginning of the summer, I did a lot of weddings. So it was my first summer taking on weddings. I expanded my business into weddings, which has been fun. So I guess the changes for me personally is just making more custom work, bouquets, boutonnieres, archway florals, really catering to what my client envisions for her wedding, and figuring out how to use dried florals to do so. So weddings has been busy. I had 12 weddings this summer, and it was
I never saw her.
Yeah, it was back to back. And the thing is, with weddings, it's all on weekends. So some days or weekends I would have I remember at the beginning of September, I had 4 weddings on the same weekend, and it was just, you should see my parents. I'm like, you need to sleep. And I'm like, I can't move this deadline. I have to figure it out. So it's been a crazy year.
And you have some really crazy announcement.
Is it the same? Wait.
Did you open up something?
I opened up a little storefront.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. So I have a little booth at Bountiful Farmers Market. It's open every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's just been such a great little like community of people who come to that market every week, every month, and just meeting up all the vendors that are there. It's been a really wholesome community, and I love it there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely did sneak in and take a peek.
Yeah.
She actually you actually styled our photo shoot in one of our projects.
Yes. And actually, Orlandice designed my booth at the farmers market.
So we did a little business.
We definitely like helped each other out. Okay. But other than that, my summer, last week I just did my first time doing the 124 Grand Market, and that was a great. It's like that's every Thursday night is a night market. And then what else did I do? I did a photo shoot last week with Bridal Fantasy.
That's huge.
Yeah, so like some of their, I think it's just their promo photos that will be used in the next season for weddings. And then personally, I just did a little bit of traveling, tried to really remind myself that like how much I love traveling, and went to Canmore, went to Vancouver, and then this week, I'm going to Vegas in a couple days.
Oh God. Please take me with you.
I'm so excited. And it's the end of September, so we're hoping that it's not as hot, but we checked the weather this week, and it's 35 degrees still over there, which will be nice. But
they always have good weather.
Yeah. And then in about 3 weeks, I'm going to New York City.
I love New York.
I love New York too.
Wow, you had an amazing summer, and congratulations.
Thank you.
It just sounded like you just flourished and grew and
moving towards the things that I really want. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. How about you? How was your summer?
A summer, I really enjoyed my summer. My summer was a lot of self-care and self-reflection that I could definitely say I've really grown. I've really have grown and actually had to slow myself down. One thing that you guys, I think we both can relate, is last season it was really hectic for both of us. Mm-hmm. And so, but I rebranded Interiors on Point, so it has a new logo, and it's personally me. Yeah. So it resembles me. I worked on a few projects, and one of them is with Island Dog, which is going to be opening up soon, and we collaborated. Yay! So my business partner is doing the beautiful cabinetry work in there. It's very vibrant and beautiful. We're going to have the owner here on one of our guests in one of our episodes, and Galee is putting an installment in, so yay. I'm really pumped of it. But one really exciting news is I'm actually teaching in architecture and interior design technology, so I'm a college instructor. Yeah. And I could not be more happier in this role. I still have Interiors on Point. That is still my baby. I'm growing her. But my passion is design and teaching passion. It just burns inside me. Yeah. Oh my God. The biggest congratulations to you. Yeah. It's I forget the terminal or the saying that's you really get to know your craft when you end up teaching your craft as well. It just comes right out. I love the design studios and just talking about it, and then the history. Oh my gosh, I love it. So I want to keep doing it. Yeah. And another thing is, but the summer was really about getting grounded, slowing down, taking care of myself personally and physically and mentally. Mm-hmm. I cannot say that enough as a mom, an entrepreneur, mm-hmm. Because your brain is not, like, it's you as a whole that could trickle down to all the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both you and I, we overanalyze and we overthink. And,
Yeah.
but like, I think the thing is both you and I were very future oriented. So we can see what we need to do. And that kind of creates the chaos. And we're like, hey, we need to get there. We need to get to this certain point.
I know. What's your 2-year goal? What's your 3-year goal?
Yeah.
What's your 5-year goal?
What are we doing tomorrow? What are we doing next week? So like I'm so glad like we both took the time to like kind of reground ourselves this summer and really just enjoy our summer too, and remind ourselves what joy is.
I did take some time to enjoy the summer. I did have some fun.
Yeah.
yeah, I did. So that being said, what have you learned and what aspirations that you could share with us that kind of burned you inside from the summer?
I think one thing I've learned is what loving myself truly means to me, like subjectively. What does it mean to enjoy the things that I'm doing? The thing is, being an entrepreneur and having your own business, like you can craft your own road and you can decide what you do tomorrow and today and what you do with your time. So really deciding like, okay, if I do X, Y, Z, will this bring me fulfillment and enjoyment? And I had to really, really narrow down what joy is for me. And so just reminding myself, at the end of the summer, I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that I'm doing that's for my business that I'm not enjoying. And it's like, do I want to keep doing this to grow my business? And where is that fine line balance between what makes me happy versus what's for the business? So that's actually kind of why I booked a trip to New York, because I love New York City. I've always
Get inspired.
Yeah, so I want to look at New York as my muse of inspiration, and so I booked a ticket, and just there's no reason to go. And actually, a lot of people are like, "What's your reason to go?" I'm like, it's for me. So yeah, just doing more of like what I love.
Oh, and I can't wait to hear everything about it, and like you could share on the podcast your inspiration.
Yes, what I find. And I'm going to be bringing my camera because I haven't been able to work with my camera as often this summer, which I kind of miss. Like I've been so focused on the business that I haven't been able to be creative with my camera. So
and definitely share it on the Pampas and Pencils Instagram page.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. How about you?
I'm gonna go back to self, but like I self-reflected a lot, and it was more of a mental development and growth. I really had to pivot the business a little bit as a designer, and just really wanted to ground myself. It's not a failure. What's one thing too, like I had to pivot the business itself and downsize a little bit, but it's because I wanted to fit some, like you said, you really wanted to, you really had to dissect what you really liked and what you didn't, and that's when I deep down I was like, I had to really dissect what is me, what I really like.
Yeah.
So and it's failure is growth.
It's growth.
Yeah.
Without failure you can't grow.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in touching on that too, it's like being in year 1 and year 2 of our business, like we kind of took on anything and anything that like was an opportunity to grow our business. And I do think that like we're at the point now that we want to decide like, okay, is this what's fulfilling me, and is this worth my energy? And like energy is so important with everything that we do.
Yeah, being fulfilled is so important, and being whole. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills. So what advice can you give the viewers and inspiration from what you've learned over the summer?
From my summer, I wrote a little bit of notes so that I can like go back on.
This is half live,
half
scripted.
I mean, this is the most authentic version, right? So I guess what I was saying, just like the first year of your business, like I was just in so much like chaos mode. I mean, I still am, but it's like trying to do so many different things that I visualize that should be done to establish my foundation, and just really learning to adapt to what the market needs, and while still growing the business. And what I've learned through that entire process is that in the back of my mind, I always was aiming for stability and for calm. And like, I had a few people told me like, as an entrepreneur, there's never a calm. There's never like, it's always continuous. I was like, I don't know if I want to believe that. Like, I feel like I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that everything that we build is so that we can have financial freedom, but also a balanced life that we can one day support and sustain our family with the work that we've done, invested into our business, so that we don't have to, I guess we can turn our work into our passion, which doesn't make it actually feel like work. So I am starting to feel the stability and the calm, and like being able to hire somebody to work in place of me so that I can go attend a wedding over the weekend. Like, all those things to me is everything I've been working hard towards, to be able to be in two places at once. I guess that mindfulness and that groundedness is what I was aiming for. And
you need that.
And I think what I want to say at the end of the day is that it's possible to be in chaos and then be grounded.
We both are examples of being grounded right now. If you compare our first season to the second season, we have really grown.
Yeah. I mean, even though this morning I was just like, Orlandice, I forgot the mic. I forgot to bring the mic to our session. I have to run back home. So, I mean, chaos still exists, but we're better.
Yeah. And I feel like the anxiety kind of overtakes that chaos. So you're just like freaking out inside, but being grounded is definitely a good thing to be and to strive for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you and I both know more, if anything, our stress tolerance. Like, what is the breaking point so that we don't get, we can prevent ourselves from like,
I agree.
Getting to that point.
I agree. I had a stress point, and that was second season. I think towards getting into second season, running into summer, because I was really pivoting the business, downsizing, and then it was just all on me. I had a stress point, and I was like, I will never want to ever be on that stress point ever again. You are dropping balls. You're so I
like how she's laughing. That's an inside joke.
Oh my God. It's too bad that things aren't being cut anymore because we're live. Yeah. So this is very authentic.
Maybe we should explain why we were laughing. Because if you guys remember, there's an episode where Orlandice is like, I dropped the ball, and then I think I made an animation where it's like there was a ball dropping. Yeah. So it was just a blooper thing. Yeah,
it's on the page if you want to go look at our last season's bloopers. It's pretty funny.
So when she says drop the ball, we both will just like look at each other and just remember that moment. So that's why we're laughing.
But I was just not in a really good place, and I was in a good place, but I was not in a being able to manage everything. And now I schedule everything. Oh, you should see my phone. I schedule everything. I am so organized. I think of like driving time. I even Google the driving time.
Oh, me too. I do that all the time.
I'm like, I don't want to be late, like, especially when you are teaching. You don't want to be late.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to be respectful of other people's time.
Yeah.
So, and being able to accordingly be like, okay, if my whole day is booked up, can I slip in a drawing? I have to be very cautious of that.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting really better at that.
Yeah.
And I'm being able to say no.
Yeah.
That's one thing you're going to learn with your going into second and third, being able to say no.
Yeah.
Because you hit that stress point.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I can't do that. No, I can't.
Yeah, my time is valuable.
Yeah.
I can only do so much.
But one advice I do really strong is to enjoy the process. That's one thing I've learned is it doesn't come to you right away. And you have to enjoy everything, enjoy the process, because that is growth.
I will have a question for you. This summer, what was like the most pivotal moment for you that has made you feel like the business, or I guess just your career in general, that is moving up a certain, like, is now pivoting upwards? Because it was probably like chaos.
Yeah.
Was there a moment that you're like, cool, this is now helping me grow?
I think when I hit about June, July, I was like, nope. I wrote down my goals. I wrote down what fulfills me. I like when you brought that up, saying that you need to know what fulfilled you. And so I did what fulfills me, what I enjoy doing, and my goals. And that's how I tackled it. What I didn't enjoy and the stress level.
Yeah.
You're supposed to enjoy this process.
Yeah. We chose to be business owners, not just because like we want to be our own bosses. Like it's not, I mean,
No.
it's that, but then also like I think a main reason is like we want to control our time and what we want to do with it. And if we have the ability to control what we do with our time, we want to have fun.
Exactly.
Like we want to have fun in that process, because otherwise, like, that's no different than just doing what we were doing before, working different jobs that we were working before. And it's just like, we want to enjoy the time if we're creating the life that we want to live.
Exactly. And I enjoy and I love creating projects and working with clients and teach the passion. So
Yes. I know my pivotal point. My pivotal point was when I decided to open up at Bountiful Farmers Market.
That is huge for you.
Yeah, that like the reason why I say it was such a pivotal moment for me was because I finally had like a sense of stability. There's hours of operations that I'm supposed to be at the store, and what really helped is that there's consistent traffic coming into the farmers market, so I don't have to think about driving traffic to my webpage or like keeping engagement on Instagram. So that was like a big weight lifted off my shoulders, that I can now focus on the fun things about my business while still having a stable like income coming into my business.
Yes, and stability is huge. You need to be stable.
Structure, just being able to carve out structure is like
But I feel like we're like, I feel like we're like zen right now.
Yeah.
Like zen.
To touch on structure, I guess something like inspirational, or maybe something I'm just thinking about right now as we're talking about structure. In my first couple of years, I just kept thinking about, how do I structure my business? How do I make like it scalable? How can I create logistic ways so that there's just a method to everything that that I'm building. But the thing is, like, it was also normal that your structure, no matter how structured you try to create something, it also keeps changing. Like, you might try to structure something, you're like, okay, cool, having a team of 3 works great, but then it's like, oh, this structure doesn't work anymore because something else changed, and then you have to like change how you structure your employee, like your team, and your how you structure like your marketing, or how you structure your operations. And but now I feel like I almost got forced into a structure with having a farmer's market, and now I'm working around that. So it's like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just funny how things work. Like,
I agree. And something that that I've learned over the summer is what my strengths are as a designer. And my strength is I enjoy commercial designing. I really do enjoy commercial designing, and I do enjoy like really creative custom renovations or home designing, but it really depends. And I've decided to be very selective of what I take on, because that would really help me. Like, you know how you said we were challenge hungry and
Yeah.
we wanted all of these projects,
Yeah.
but now I'm very selective
Yeah.
of what I take on now
Yeah.
because I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to protect your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
2.5.
Year 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going into year 3. And so I think what was like the chaos figuring out my environments, my settings, like my industry, like figuring out all that was year 1, year 2. Moving into year 3, it's like cool, and I kind of know like where I want to take my business now, and now it's just like growth. How can we build upon the foundation that we built so far, and really grow and include the different people that we've met throughout year 1 and year 2 into our life.
Oh my gosh, that like gives me chills. And like this whole episode is giving me chills because you're so right. Like I had so many people come in and out of my life in the last 2 years, and it's incredible of the connections and people that we have met along the way, and I appreciate each of the connections. But I could relate that this is going to be a very special one to us. I feel like that we've gained more wisdom the last 2 years in business as entrepreneurs, this is just it's the business, it's the process of being an entrepreneur. And we are able to share that with you guys.
And I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like you're like our first season, like it was kind of hard to figure out like what do we talk about, because we don't even know like exactly what was happening while we were living our first year of being an entrepreneur, and so now it's like cool, we have more hindsight and we can really see like why we were certain, like where our weaknesses were, where our strengths were. And so coming to the podcast, I feel like this season I'm just so excited to come from a more grounded like pillar, almost like a self-assured me, and I can share my wisdom and it stems from experience. It comes from like something that we've like worked on. So
and being able to bring in and sharing other people's stories, like other entrepreneurs, artists, and to be able to show it to everybody and our audience. Just I guess warms our hearts, and that's what we want to do, and I think that's the direction we want to share that with you guys, because I know it's not roses. It's tough out there, and we all can relate with each other. And I guess another thing too is like with more wisdom and experience that we both have, we probably have different probing questions to our guests. So I'm excited for that, because our curiosity levels are now different in terms of what we might want to ask our fellow entrepreneur friends. I agree.
So
another one I want to bring up is like I feel like I'm in my next chapter of my life. So being able to, I feel like I'm in my next chapter. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm in my next chapter and I'm enjoying it. So
I can see the glow in your face. Like you're so happy, and like we both like when we saw each other, we're like, hey, like we're just like, so happy to see each other. Like it's just,
and we're coordinating fall.
We are
bringing in fall. So we have some reds and oranges coming in. We're going into the winter season, so
it feels like summer still.
I know.
It's wild. Like last night I was out and it just felt like super warm weather still.
Well, there is one thing I do want to announce too, for our viewers, that we do have Design Week happening. I think it starts on October 11th. It is being put on by MADE, which is Media, Architecture, Design in Edmonton. So definitely check out their website. Go on. I am helping them out.
Nice.
So, Do
you mind explaining a little bit more of what MADE is, and like, do they have it every year, or is it like?
So it is an organization that puts on and showcased other architects, designers, artists around the city, and likes to put on events for everybody to showcase work. So I really I'm very inspired by their approach and I love to know more and stuff. So I definitely reached out to them and I'm like, I want to be a part of it. So there are so many talented people in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And
I bet.
we just need to celebrate everybody's success and their art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their creativity.
Yeah. I know I push the students, and especially my design students, come on.
Yeah.
Pump out those. I know there's creativity
there's
there.
Inspiration somewhere.
Yeah. So, I really appreciate art.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And is it like a 1-day event sort of thing?
It's a week.
A whole week.
A whole week. So we'll showcase buildings around the city.
So like there's tours happening?
Tours, yes.
Is it also, are there events in like a conference hall or something?
No, there is going to be kind of like a designer mixer, and then there is a few tours in the building, or some buildings. If you go on the website, it does show like a whole week's worth of events.
Cool.
And so you just go and submit. I have told everybody about it, just to go and register, go look, see if there is an event that you want to go attend.
Yeah.
They've worked really, really hard to put this on. So
amazing. So if you want to learn a little bit more about interior design or architecture in the city, it's a must-attend event.
Yeah.
And it's what's the address or the website?
The website is MADE. So MADE.com. Yeah.
Cool. I guess my announcement for myself coming up is I will be doing the Edmonton Christmas Market at the Edmonton Christmas Market at Fort Edmonton Park.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing Festival of Trees.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, you're designing?
I'm designing a tree.
Oh, exciting. That's exciting.
I can't believe we're talking about Christmas. It's September.
I know. Almost October.
No. Let's cancel that. No, Christmas. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we'll talk about that in like episode 5. But yeah, no, in the next little bit, I'm just taking some time for myself and just traveling a little bit.
Amazing. So thanks. We're gonna, I guess, cut this short.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We have a lineup of guests. Galee, do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, so we have, we filmed an episode with Jessica, who's a real estate agent, last season, but we didn't get a chance to upload it. So she's going to be in our season 2 episodes. We're also going to be meeting with Laura, who is the owner of Island Dog, and then we're going to be chatting with Gio, who is the owner of Manchester Square, and then Grace, she is the goddess of plants.
I call her the plant doctor.
Yeah, plant doctor.
Yeah.
And so excited to hear what she has to say. And then so excited to have Wilson back. If you remember Wilson, his favorite F word is fun. And he is going to be back and sharing a little bit more about his summer and the changes and in his business and what he's been up to.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have him back. I'm excited to sit down and chat with everybody. So stay tuned. And thank you for supporting us all this way.
Yes.
We made it to season 2.
I'm glad we didn't back down, at a certain point. So
yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, and we can't wait to share with the upcoming episodes.